Joshua 5. When all the Amorite kings on the west side of the Jordan and all the Canaanite kings along the sea coast heard how the Lord had dried up the water of the Jericho before the Israelites while they crossed, they lost their courage and could not even breathe for fear of the Israelites. At that time, the Lord told Joshua, "Make flint knives and circumcise the Israelites once again." So Joshua made flint knives and circumcised the Israelites at the hill of the foreskins. This is why Joshua had to circumcise them. All the men old enough to fight when they left Egypt died on the journey through the wilderness after they left Egypt. Now all the men who left were circumcised, but all the sons born on the journey through the wilderness after they left Egypt were uncircumcised. Indeed, for 40 years the Israelites traveled through the wilderness until all the men old enough to fight when they left Egypt, the ones who had disobeyed the Lord, died off. The Lord had sworn a solemn oath to them that he would not let them see the land he had sworn by oath to their ancestors to give them, a land rich in milk and honey. He replaced them with their sons, whom Joshua circumcised. They were uncircumcised. Their fathers had not circumcised them along the way. When all the men had been circumcised, they stayed there in the camp until they had healed. The Lord said to Joshua, "Today I have taken away the disgrace of Egypt from you." So that place is called Gilgal, even to this day. So the Israelites camped in Gilgal and celebrated the Passover in the evening of the 14th day of the month in the Rift Valley plains of Jericho. They ate some of the produce of the land the day after the Passover, including unleavened bread and roasted grains. The manna stopped appearing the day they ate some of the produce of the land. The Israelites never ate manna again. They ate from the produce of the land of Canaan that year. When Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him holding a drawn sword. Joshua approached him and asked, "Are you on our side or allied with our enemies?" He answered, "Truly, I am the commander of the Lord's army. Now I have arrived." Joshua bowed with his face to the ground and asked, What does my master want to say to his servant?" The commander of the Lord's army answered Joshua, "Remove your sandals from your feet, because the place where you stand is holy." So Joshua did so. Okay, that's an interesting place to end there. So, interesting thing here, we have them crossing over, and now everybody's heard of the dry ground. So they caused more terror in the land by this happening. Like, we heard about you defeated them. We heard about the Red Sea. Now you did the Jordan. Like, the one that we know, the one that's right here, the one that's at flood stage, they're terrified. And what is the first thing they do? They had consecrated themselves before they walked across, which means they meant themselves ritually pure, but they have not been circumcising themselves. So rather than doing it on the 8th day, which they had the instructions of at Mount Sinai, they had the instructions of circumcision, but none of those who were fearful to go into the land did that, and I would assume the others also didn't do that. So they have to have, you want to talk about being vulnerable. This is also a trust factor. Are the people willing to be obedient to God and put themselves in a vulnerable spot? Because right now, you're easily going to be able to be attacked. You're weak. You won't be able to defend yourself. You're vulnerable. You're in the land, and that's what you've just made yourself. So that is part of what they're doing. And the place where they're going is Gilgal. Let me see if there's anything in the footnote here. Roll away. Gilgal sounds like the Hebrew word for roll away. Oh, so their disgrace has been taken away. The disgrace of Egypt has been taken away. The disgrace of not trusting and going into the land has been rolled away. The disgrace has been gone, taken away. Okay, I can see that. What was the other thing that was mentioned in the names? I thought there was another one. Oh, yes. The Hill of Foreskins. That was what it was. Gibeath Haraloth. The name means Hill of Foreskins. Many modern translations simply give the Hebrew name, although an explanation note given the meaning of the name is often included. The name given to the place, Hill of Foreskins, was an obvious reminder of the important event. Yeah, like you're going to call the place the Hill of Foreskins. By the way, find metal band name Hill of Foreskins. I mean, you know, maybe somebody looking for a metal band name, you know, there you go. Oh, also interesting, the first thing they do in the land is they're going to eat Passover together. They're going to celebrate Passover in the land. And they also, interesting, as soon as they eat produce from the land, manna stops. They no longer need manna from heaven because they're in the land. So the promise has been fulfilled in that status. Okay, Lucis, no plans for you today. Your middle daughter drove to spread the, I'm going to guess spend, yeah, they were going to spend the new year at a friend's house, and she should be back next year. My daughter left and she won't be back until next year. One of those fun things you can say this time of year. You didn't know that Times Square was going to do that on Independence Day ball. Yeah, I just saw that. Like when they're doing the story on it, they're like, and we're doing this extra thing, and it's going to be this for Independence Day. And I thought, that's kind of cool. Chill Will, good morning all. I pray you all have a blessed new year. May God guide and keep you all in the new year. Thank you, Chill Will. And hope all goes well with your conversations with friends and family that you were asking prayer for.